Welcome back to a new video. Today's review is on Only Murders in the Building, the first 2 episodes of Season 3, as I'm going to give out a recap and review and talk about my potential list of suspects that I have at this moment. And before I give out my review, please like the video, dislike the video, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and TikTok for more reviews. I think that Season 3 is off to a positive start with the first 2 episodes, as a lot of crazy things takes place within these episodes, a new murder that needs to be solved, a high number of possible suspects, and just crazy. This possibly becoming the most craziest case the gang has to solve yet, but here we go. Episode 1 was entitled The Show Must, as it takes place following the events of Season 2, where Ben makes his onstage debut only to become the latest t-shirt in this show. And once that happens, everything becomes disarray, chaotic mode. Everyone just freaking out, nobody knowing what's gonna happen next. Oliver shocked, Charles shocked, Mabel shocked, angry, like nobody knows what is going to happen next, as the show goes back and forth in between time before the show's production of Death Rattle and present time takes place. I think the show does a good job with the introduction of the newest characters, Loretta and Ben. Loretta is a struggling actress that's always came close to receiving her big break, but has never landed the mark. With Death Rattle, she has her big break, and she just has that possibility that she can make it or break it at this moment. Ben, played by Paul Rudd, he is a well-known actor, and he is making his onstage debut as well. But within these first 2 episodes, you could say that Ben is definitely not a likable person. He comes off as arrogant, scumbaggy, and has really bad blood between him, Charles, and Loretta for a few different reasons. Like, I can't wait to see what's revealed about Ben and just why is he such a horrible person overall. The episode continues to give us a few updates about the characters' lives. Mabel has to leave the Arconia in a few weeks because of her aunt, and I really do hope that this time in Season 3 we finally get to see who Mabel's aunt is and why is their relationship not that good, because her aunt making her leave the Arconia it kind of sucks, and I just want to see who she is and what is their relationship like. Like, episode 1 has a lot of red herrings, as I was really thinking that Loretta could have been the suspect because of how her and Ben's relationship was and how she left out the place at the same time around Ben did as well too. But the huge plot twist of Ben being alive was done well, and him becoming the next t-shirt again after dying was just like, come on now, like really, like, you knew he was going to die, but just like that. But that's how episode 1 ends, with Ben becoming the t-shirt again. Episode 2 was entitled The Beat Goes On, as everyone is now preparing for Ben's funeral, as he died just like that. Tragic. Oliver, the stress gets the best of him, possibly losing his show, losing support, losing his stage sets. Like, Oliver almost becomes the next newspaper, and if he did decide to die, I wouldn't blame him because of all the ongoing stress that he is forced to deal with. Charles and Mabel have their own missions at hand when it comes to Ben's funeral and trying to figure out what to do next. Mabel still struggling with what to do with her life, being forced to leave the Arconia. Like, anything is liable to happen. The funeral of Ben was done pretty weird, how the most important people were at the top and the less important people were at the bottom sections of the church. Like, I guess that's how it's done, of course, though. A few interesting guests in here from people from the play and a huge, creepy stalker fan type of person who had a lot of memorabilia in his place. Like, he just came off as very fishy, like someone that would possibly kill a famous actor, actress. Like, if I can't talk to you, no one can type of way. Charles and Mabel gets caught in some pretty deadly waters with this creepy fan, and it just brings out a whole lot of just crazy shenanigans. But the episode continues to set things up for the gang to solve this latest murder and bring back the podcast of Only Murders in the Building. But yeah, I think that episode 2 overall was pretty good. The podcast is now back in session. I just can't wait to see what is going to happen next with this podcast. But yeah, as previously mentioned, I think the first 2 episodes do a good job of setting things up for the murder and just setting things up for this crazy case that needs to be solved. A lot of suspects at hand. Like, anyone could have had a good reason as in why they wanted to kill Ben. Some of my suspects that I have at this moment that is definitely going to change is Donna, Cliff, Dickie. I think it was someone from the family possibly. And the reasons why I think that is because of either Ben's attitude, him being a horrible person, possibly money at hand if he had an estate. Those are my reasons. I know it's probably someone that hasn't been introduced yet closely that we'll see later on in the episodes. But yeah, I just think that season 3 is off to a pretty good start. Another murder that needs to be solved. More t-shirts possibly. Only time will tell. But thank you for watching. Until next time.